This conference will now be recorded.
So just a quick recap of what we have done till now. So we understood the basics of SAP S4HANA. We understood what are the enterprise structure setup required for SAP SD module. Okay, what is sales organization? What is distribution channel division? What is the combination of this? What is sales area? And then we understood the master data part also. We understood the important master data for SD module is the customer master data and the material master data. We need to exchange some views related to sales in the material master data. And then we had an overview of an entire end-to-end sales cycle. Okay, so how it starts from the sales order. Okay, once the sales order is created, based on the delivery date, we can perform the delivery to the customer. We understood what are the accounting impacts at each level. So whenever a sales delivery document is created, it will generate a PGI, which is also called as post-good issues, which will immediately trigger a accounting impact. And then finally, once the delivery has been done, we'll be creating a billing document. Okay, and we'll be sending this bill to the customer, which will again generate the accounting entry. We were struggling with the error last time, but we will talk about that part in detail when we have the account determination session. So now, by I think we got an end-to-end overview of what exactly is SAP SD module. But now, what are we going to do from today onwards? We are going to go in each and every area, and we are going to do the deep dive. Okay, starting with the end-to-end process. So in last time, because it was an overview, we started directly with the sales order. But what we will do today is we will understand what are the other important objects which can come even before we go ahead with the sales order. Okay, so end-to-end cycle, and you'll be able to understand now what are the different configurations required, what are the different processes. We will take one by one. We'll start with the inquiry, quotation, and order today, and slowly we will proceed towards delivery, billing, and this time we are going to do the deep dive. We are going to understand each of this functionality in detail. Okay, so just a quick cycle. So earlier we discussed about a sales order. A sales order is created when we get the confirmed purchase order from the customer, right? We created a sales order where we tell the system that who is the customer, what material, how much quantity, what will be the total price, what are the payment terms, Incoterms, all those things we write in our sales order. Based on the sales order creation, based on the delivery date, we will transfer this information to the stores team. Stores team will perform the delivery. They will do the PGI to the customer, and the material is dispatched to the customer. Right? Once the material is dispatched, then we go with the billing. So after the sales order, there is a delivery including PGI, and in after the PGI, normally we go for the billing. And obviously, after the billing, we receive a payment from the customer. So this is what we understood from the overview point of view. But what we are going to do today is, even before the sales order, let's understand what is an inquiry. Okay, and after the inquiry, what is a quotation? Okay, so sales orders normally are created each and every time whenever you are receiving the purchase order from the customer. But sometimes, if a customer is completely new and he has not given you the purchase order, he may ask you to give the quotation. Okay, let's take an example. There is a customer. Okay, let's take an example. There is a customer looking for the laptops. And let's assume you are a laptop trading company. Customer is looking for the laptops with a particular configuration, with some config. Okay, now you came to know, or your salesperson came to know that this customer is having a huge requirement. He's looking for, let's say, 500 laptops or 100 laptops. Okay, and your salesperson has approached this customer. Now, customer has given his requirement. Customer has told that, okay, I'm looking for this particular configuration, I'm looking for this particular brand of the laptops, and I'm looking for this much quantity. So this information, once you get this much information from your customer, what you can do is in SAP, you can create this as an inquiry. Okay, so what you will enter in the inquiry is you will enter what material, how much quantity, which customer, what is the expected delivery date, all these things you will write in the inquiry. Okay, but the price information, the payment terms information, you may not be knowing at this time because you are just submitting the inquiry so that the quotation can be created. I think I got stuck in the system. Just give me a minute. Are you able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
I can.
Okay, let me try to reconnect. Okay, so customer is looking for the laptop with some conflict. So your salesperson, maybe let's say he will create an inquiry in SAP system. Okay, what data he will write in the inquiry? He will write who is a customer, okay, which material he is looking for, how much quantity he is looking for, what is the expected delivery date. Okay, so these are the information that you will be capturing at the inquiry level. What is the purpose of creating the inquiry? Why do you think that we are creating the inquiry in the system? We create the inquiry in the system so that the responsible person who is the approver, he can create the quotation against the inquiry. Okay, and we can track the inquiry. So, normally whenever you call any, let's say you want to have some service or you want to buy some laptops or something, what do you normally do? You search it maybe in the Google, or you come across a particular hoarding where you find that, okay, this particular supplier can provide you this material. We give the call to them, and the first thing they ask us is, can you provide your mobile number, can you provide your email ID, can you provide all the other details, and then they answer your questions. Why? Because they wanted to capture your requirements in their system so that they can follow up with you. Okay, so they are currently taking your inquiry. After the inquiry, they may be giving you the quotation, and based on the quotation, they can follow you and they can check with you whether you are interested or you want to do the negotiations and all. Right. So the first step is that you will be creating the inquiry in the SAP system. Once the inquiry is created, based on this inquiry, you will be creating the quotation. Now there can be different team. I'm not saying that same team will be creating the inquiry, same team will be generating the quotation. So inquiry may be coming from the salesperson. Salespersons may create the inquiry in the SAP system. Quotation may be created by the team who is responsible for submitting the quotations to the customers. Okay, so what are quotations? Quotation will obviously consider this customer, material, quantity, expected delivery date. All these things will be by default part of the quotation. In addition to that, you need to enter the price information. So what is the price that you are going to charge to this particular customer for this material? And you are also going to enter the payment terms. Okay, so these are some of the important additional fields that you need to maintain in the quotation. Not only payment terms, the quotation should not be throughout the life, right? Normally, if you ask any company to give you the quotation has a certain timeline, right? So they will say, okay, this is a quotation, this price will be only valid for next 1 month or maybe for next 2 months. So there has to be the quotation validity date, which is also part of the quotation. Okay, so now you received an inquiry from the customer, you created a quotation, you have submitted the quotation to the customer. Now customer may get the quotation from n different vendors. Okay, so he will review each and every quotation. He will check, he will verify your quotation, he will check what price you are charging to the customer, he will check the payment terms, he will check the expected delivery date. So based on the different quotations that customer got, customer may give you the sales order, or customer may give you the purchase order from his side, or he can decide that no, your prices are high, or maybe your delivery date is too late, or maybe some other reason due to which customer will say no, I don't want to give the order. Right? So quotation may be rejected. Okay, so may be approved or may be rejected. Approved means customer will give you the PO. If not, customer will reject your quotation and the cycle will stop here itself. So only when the quotation has been approved by the customer, which means the customer has given you the PO. So what you will do is, when the customer will give you the PO, again you will come to the sales order cycle. So you will generate a sales order in the system. In the sales order, this time you are obviously going to enter all these details, but there may be some changes. For example, you submitted the quotation and then for 1 week, customer has not responded. On the 7th day, you called to the customer and you told him that we already submitted the quotation. Can you tell me whether you liked it or there are any problems? So customer said, everything else is fine, but I am not happy with the price that you are charging. Okay, so you agreed, okay, no problem, we will change the price. We will give you 5% additional discount, for example. So that you can come in the quotation and you can change the price. Also, if a customer says also the delivery date is too late, can you make it maybe within 5 days? So you said, okay, agreed. We will be able to deliver the material within 5 days. So if you are agreeing to those changes which are recommended by customer, you will come to the quotation and you can change the quotation accordingly. Once the quotation has been changed, once the sales order has been received, the quotation can be converted to the sales order. So whatever values you have entered in the quotation can be copied into the sales order. Okay, and in sales order, you may need to provide additional information, like for example, the plant from where you are going to deliver this material. Okay, maybe any other condition related information which you want to capture in addition to whatever is already there in the quotation. Okay, I'm just giving you example. It is not necessary that many other things will come in the sales order, but it may happen that you are already copying most of the things into the sales order. In addition to that, if you want to change something, that you can change directly in the sales order itself. Obviously, once the sales order is created, you will do the delivery. We already understood the delivery. So if it is a material delivery, it will be happening via the sales order by generating the PGI. PGI will trigger the accounting documents, and once the delivery has been completed, it will go to the billing. Okay, where we'll be able to generate the billing document and send it to the customer. Finally, based on the billing, customer will make you the payment. Okay, any question on this process before I go and show you how to create the inquiries in the SAP system, how to create the quotations in the SAP system, and then starting from sales order. Last time we have just understood the overview. We have not discussed anything in detail, but now we are going to discuss each and every field in the sales order, which is important. Obviously, there are more than 300, 400 fields. We are not going to see each and everything, but whatever fields are important, how exactly they are configured, where to determine the values from, those things we'll be discussing in detail starting from today. Any questions till now? Inquiries, quotations, are this very clear in your mind now? What is an inquiry? What is a quotation? What is a sales order? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yes, Navish.
Sir, I'm
Sorry.
Tushar.
Yeah, Tushar, go ahead.
Sir, is this necessary that inquiry is necessary? Can we create directly from the quotation itself?
Yeah. See, inquiry and quotation, they are not mandatory. Inquiry and quotation is only required whenever you want to capture the inquiry even before the sales, the purchase order has been received from the customer. Let's assume